Assalamu alaikum. So we are going to solve the structural part that is from the GCE paper pattern past papers and of the same topic chemical bonding. This is page number 4. Here in question number 29, the structure of diamond and graphite. We were answering all of the questions related to the diamond and graphite in the previous pages as well. So here he says that in these two structures, name the type of strong bond shown on the diagram. We can say it is covalent bond. It is covalent bond. Secondly, in the B part, diamond has a melting point about 3700 degrees Celsius and graphite has a melting point of about 3300 degrees Celsius. Explain why both diamond and graphite have very high melting point. So we simply say due to the giant covalent structure. Due to the giant covalent structure with huge number of covalent bonds. With huge number of covalent bonds. So that is why both diamond and graphite has high melting point. Then he says that suggest why melting point of graphite is lower than diamond. So we can say there are weak forces present in graphite which are easier to break. Which are easier to break as compared to diamond. That is why the melting point of diamond is slightly higher than the graphite. Then he says that compare the electrical conductivity of diamond and graphite. Explain your answer. We can say in diamond, each carbon atom is making covalent bond, or we can say is making 4 covalent bonds and has no free electron and has no free electron, whereas in graphite each carbon atom has, or each carbon atom is making three covalent bonds and has 1 electron free with each atom. 1 electron free for each carbon, making C of delocalized free electrons. So hence the diamond is not a conductor, graphite is a conductor. Next part is related to the question, that is a kind of a table having some information, and we have to choose reviewing the information in the table and answering the question at the end. Here the question is, name the substance that are non-solid at room temperature. For this part you have to remember anything which has lower melting point than room temperature will be not solid at room temperature. So these two substances, methane and bromine, have the melting point lower than room temperature. So these are these are not a solid at room temperature. So we can choose the methane and bromine. These two substances will be in other than solid state. Second, B part is, which substance is a liquid over the largest range. So for this part you have to choose you have to look for the melting point and then the boiling point. If there is a huge gap, that substance will remain liquid over the largest range. So here the iodine is melting at 114 degrees Celsius, and it boils at 184 degrees Celsius. So there is a gap of almost 70 degrees Celsius. So over the range of 70 degrees Celsius, iodine remains in liquid state. The lead 2 bromide melts at 370, boils at 914, so almost 500, almost, not exactly, almost. Here is a very little gap, 182 to 161, very little gap, almost 2015. Same is the case. So I can see here a very huge gap. It melted at 180, but it boils at 1300. So there is a more than greater than 1000 or almost 1100 degrees Celsius gap. So we can say lithium remains the liquid over the largest temperature range. C part, name name the substance that are non-metallic element. So again we have to choose from the periodic table and from these information, as well as we discussed all those which are present to the right side of the staircase in the periodic table are always non-metallic and elements. Okay, so we have to choose this one. This is the molecule, sorry, this is the element, but and is non-metallic but is not. The second situation was non-metallic element, name something that are non-metallic element, not, we have to focus only for the element, not their physical states. So iodine, as this is the diatomic, bromine is the diatomic, lithium is the metallic element. But we have to say and we have to choose only the non-metallic. So we have to eliminate this one. Only iodine and bromine are non-metallic, whereas lithium is the metallic. So we have to say iodine and bromine. These are non-metallic elements. Which two substances conduct electricity when molten? So we can say metallic and ionic compound are only two kind of the substances which can conduct electricity in molten state. So lithium, and here we have to choose the ionic one, which is lead 2 bromide. So ionic and metallic. Okay, so again you have to recall the general properties of ionic covalent metallic substances. You can easily understand. So lithium and lead 2 bromide. E part is, Explain using ideas about structure why methane and silicon dioxide have different melting points. So simply we can say that silicon dioxide has giant covalent structure, whereas carbon dioxide has simple covalent structure. Simple covalent structure. Got it? So this is all about the page number 4. So we will continue and we will discuss the next page in our next video. Stay tuned.